Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from Sort of Interesting with a little bit more madness for you today. So as of tomorrow, or probably today if you're watching this video, which will be Sunday the 13th of August, I am planning on cycling at least 15 miles a day for the next 100 days. So that'll be 1,500 miles in total. Now, I'm very active anyway, so it's not that much on top of what I normally would be doing. Although, don't get me wrong, I'm not allowing any stoppages in this 100 days, not for work or general busyness or for anything at all. No, doesn't matter whether it's rain, shine, ice or snow, I'm going to try and do me 15 miles every day for 100. I've got a good background in cycling, to and from a boat, when I used to total about on a canal boat all the time. But this time I'm going to do something slightly different, a little bit unusual. This is where the madness comes in. So I've got 3 different bikes from Mango Bikes, 2 of which they sent to me for free a few years ago, so thanks, thumbs up. I'll still give you that bit of advertising, go for it, thanks very much. Instead of using one of those 3 bikes that's perfectly capable and specifically designed for tarmac and roads, instead I'm going to be doing 1,500 miles on this. That is my mum's old bike from probably the best part of 20 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago. Oh, sorry, sun's getting in my eyes. And, well, if I flip the camera around, we'll have a closer look at it. So then, my friends, this is a Ridgeway KV100 small-framed female bike. Now, this is not... It's difficult to say this, but it's not a very good bike. It's... Not only is it very old, which doesn't make too much difference, but the actual quality of the components, I can tell, aren't that great. Point in question is the fact that the brake levers themselves are made of plastic and do have a lot of wobble and bend in the actual plastic, which, to be fair, doesn't sound like the safest of things. But that should highlight what this bike's all about. Now, because it's a small-framed bike, I have had to purchase an extended seat pole here, so you can see that's where the top bar comes across, the crossbar, whatever you want to call it, comes across there. And then we have got this enormous single chute straight up to where the seat is. I rode this bike probably about 6 or 7 years ago. I put in, I don't know, a few miles on it, not like massive amounts or anything, certainly not 1,500 miles over 100 days sort of distance. But I found that with an extended seat pole, when you sat this next to my actual mountain bike that I was riding then, which was meant to be a male frame compared to a female frame, the pedals, the handlebars and the seat were all in the same position. They were all pretty much exactly lined up if you stood these next to each other once I put the extended seat pole in. So the actual geometry of this thing is not wildly off or absolutely crazy, considering how the bike looks really unbalanced with that seat pole in it. And obviously the theory that, oh no, it's got to be designed for women, and oh yeah, it's men and women's bikes are definitely massively different. So I would personally say that based on that little anecdotal evidence, I would certainly question what the real value difference between an apparently female and male gendered bike is, at the entry level at least. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. One of the things I do notice, because this is a small frame, is that these handlebars are very narrow considering the style they are. Whereas I'm used to narrow handlebars anyway, because I used to like me bull-horns on my road bikes. But yeah, anyway, I'm getting a little bit distracted here, so I'll just wrap this up now and say, come rain or shine, whether I'm busy or bored, I shall hopefully be completing at least 1,500 miles on this bike very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check the links in the description to find me all over the internet doing all sorts of random bits and bobs. Check for my short books for the Kindle as well if you're curious about life on a canal boat. And well, my friends, until the next time, the road is calling to me. Have a fantastic day, keep it interesting, keep it bike worthy, and of course, my friends, farewell.